first video fully seeing my face, and I wanted to do a get ready with me makeup look. So a couple of days ago, well, yesterday in fact, was the official Mardi Gras or Fat Tuesday. So in the city where I live, people celebrate Mardi Gras. There's a big parade, and it's one of those American holidays that had a meaning, but then kind of just got turned into a holiday that's all about drinking and partying and stuff like that. But it's really fun to get dressed up. So I went out with my friends and I did my makeup and I really liked it. So I thought for my first full face video, I could recreate it for all of you. So the color excess glitter before I do my foundation. Okay, so I'm just gonna look down at my camera and I'm just gonna cover up any blemishes I have right now. First, and I'm using the NARS concealer in the shade Light 2, which is vanilla. And I really like this concealer. I just put a bit on the back of my hand. And so I'm just dabbing this all over any red spots I have. And the primer that I used was the Smashbox Pore Minimizer one, in case you're interested. I have been wanting to show my face in a video since like January, just because I've had my channel now for a good while and I've used to it and I've experienced the community and I didn't have any like real concerns anymore like I did initially, except then when I came back from study abroad, my skin was a mess. I've always had acne. I started getting acne in like junior high, and when you're young, your acne starts out on your forehead, at least for me, and it tends to move downwards as you age. So now where I get most of my blemishes is my chin area down here, which is very convenient. When I was just showing the lower half of my face, my forehead would be looking pristine, and then I would have all these blemishes down here, and I'd have to cover them, plus like zoom in for my videos, so that was really fun. So anyway, yes, I had the worst acne I have had in a while, because for the past pre-COVID, my skin was doing really well and it was looking great. Not to like hotly brag. And now I'm going to just dot some concealer under my eyes. I just usually use a little bit, so I'm just gonna do 3 dots. That one is 2. And then I just blend, 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 blend. Blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend. And I am very into natural makeup. So most days I usually do my eyebrows and then a little bit of mascara. And if I'm going like to work or out anywhere, I'll do some light foundation. Sometimes blush and bronzer. It just depends on my mood. But I'm very into light coverage, natural looking things. I'm just very minimal with my day-to-day makeup. So yeah. Okay. lashes, my skin was only gonna get better. But now, for the most part, it has seemed to calm down. So, because it has been looking a lot better, I decided now was the perfect time to film a video with my full face. And I had just gone to Mardi Gras and done a Vin makeup look that I could recreate for all of you. So it worked out. This is the Fenty eye primer. I'm just gonna blend that out. And even though I do love natural makeup, especially for my base, like my overall face, I do love experimenting with different colored eyeshadows and just fun eyeshadow looks. So that's definitely where I go wild versus my foundation stuff. I just like to keep it looking as close to my real skin as possible. So I'm gonna take the Too Faced Natural Eyes, and I'm just using one color in here. This color right here, the little beige, is my just neutral color. It's called Heaven. And I'm just gonna put that all over my lid. And I conveniently have a all green and all purple eyeshadow palette. So Mardi Gras is the perfect time for me to be wild and creative. Okay. And I have oily combination skin, so I just always like to go double duty of protection on my eyelids, so that's why I put the primer on and then also always powder with a neutral powder. So this is the Huda Beauty Amethyst Obsessions palette. They still make these 9 palette designs, except they changed all the shades. So this one is technically discontinued, but excessive amount on, so maybe you can see it. So we're gonna start with that. I'll just do it on my other eye as well. Brow bone. Go. Okay. Now to our purple all over shade. There we go. And I am not a makeup artist or perfectionist. Maybe I'm an enthusiast. I'm definitely not like an aficionado, but I feel like that's how makeup works anyway. It's just about exploring and having fun. Okay, so now I'm going to take a fluffy brush. What do I want? Go. And I'm just gonna blend this, diffuse the eyeshadow, if you will. Diffuse it. And I'm gonna take this shade right here. It's just a matte purple. It's more like a winey purple, and I'm just gonna also pop that in my crease to just diffuse it. Okay. I think that's good. It looks a little wild. I know. I'm here with you. I've done this once. You can trust me that it works out. Okay. So I'm gonna take this flat brush now. It's just a skinny little flat. I usually use it for eyeshadow, but in this case, I'm going to use it with my concealer, and we're gonna do our little cut crease situation. Okay. Gonna look down here, so I'm just gonna start in the inner corner and just brush up. Ironically, when I did this past weekend, this was my first time ever attempting a cut crease. I don't know why I thought it would be like excessively hard. So if you've never tried a cut crease before and wanted to, this is your sign to do so. I've had a cut crease. I've worn one before because one time my friend did it for me. He was really into makeup. So I'm just gonna do it like to half of my eyelid. But yeah, nothing to it really. You're just drawing a like curved line. And I didn't go all the way I left some of the purple eyeshadow that we laid down as the base poking through. So I'm gonna take this brush. This is a Sigma brush, and I actually really like it. It's one of my more recent brushes. Also gonna spritz her. And we're gonna take a bit of this top glitter. And, well, now it's on the bottom. I'm gonna place that kind of between where the cut crease ends and where the other purple starts. And then the true star of the show is this middle shade. And this one has a iridescent blue to it. It reminds me of the top shade that we So we have 9 green shades. None of them are unfortunately like a true like green you learn in grade school, just green. They're all little funky shades of green. So I took this matte one and then I put it on and was like, this isn't the green I was going for. So then I took this glitter right here and I layered it over it, and that made it more of a true green. But when I put this one on, I'm going to look slightly crazy. It's just going to be very bold. So just know that that's not the final look. Okay. So we're gonna put this on, and I'm just putting it on the tip of this brush because I don't want a super fat line underneath. Because when I first did it, I was really just going for it. And the sad thing about color eyeshadows is they are so fun, but you cannot easily erase them or undo a mistake, and you just have to go with it and act like that is what you intended to do. And it's so funny because, at least for me, whenever I mess up with a super colorful eyeshadow, the solution is somehow always to add more eyeshadow to cancel out the really crazy eyeshadow you put on. So it makes perfect sense. So that is our funky fresh green, but it's really more of a blue green, which is why I wasn't happy with it. So then we're gonna take this brush, which is really an eyeliner brush, and we're going to mist it as well. And tap it, tap, 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 and we're going to brush that over all of the green eyeliner. And hopefully you guys can see all of this okay, or with what you can see, you still find it relaxing. I'm just not skilled enough to do a multicolor eyeshadow look solely using the viewfinder, because it is just not big enough for me. Also, hopefully this angle does not look crazy. But we'll see. Okay. I think that's enough glitter on glitter. So that's, I don't know if you can tell what it looks different, just because it's a very subtle detail. And then we're going to go back to Miss Purple because we need our inner corner highlight. And for that, we are going to use our lovely brow bone highlight shade. I love this color, honestly. It's a showstopper. It attracts light to it like no other. I'm just gonna blend that up, and then I'm gonna drag it a bit in on the lower lash line. Okay. I think we're gonna make it just a bit more dramatic, a bit more shadow, because we can. Okay. So I think we're done with this eye. So I am going to go do the eyeshadow So now, and concealer, so now we have to do foundation. So I've been using this Bare Minerals Bare Pro, and it's their Performance Wear Powder Foundation in this color Light Natural, and I really love it. I have a loose powder foundation by them, which I also like, but I took this one traveling with me and it was great. And it's very natural, but just like helps you balance out any redness that you may have, which I appreciate. So I'm just gonna start down on my chin or my jawline. Usually I'd go all the way like down my neck, except I am doing this or filming this video at 9:30 at night, and once I'm done I am immediately gonna wash this off and change into my PJs. So I'm also wearing a white shirt, so I just don't want to risk getting it dirty. So I'm just going to focus on my face base. But you gotta do the ears, especially if you're wearing your hair. If you're wearing your hair up, always remember to do your ears, please. Okay, just a little bit more. And again, this is a very natural foundation, so you're still gonna see a little discoloration, a little bit of blemishes, and that is okay. Perfectly fine. I'm very, very happy with my skin right now. Just waiting for like the little marks, little red spots from my past blemishes to fully go away. Okay, we'll just do a bit more on my forehead. I'm not gonna talk too much through what I'm doing for my base because I want to do a get ready with me video again, and every time I do the same base basically because I don't have that many different products. So in a future one I'll go through it more, but I don't want to give you all the tips and tricks in one video and make all of the future ones like very repetitive. Okay, now we're going to put on some bronzer. We have the Huda by Benefit bronzer, pretty classic one. And I have this little fluffy brush. I'm almost done with this, which I'm happy about because I've had it for a while and I have definitely hit pan on it. So jawline. And I love this fluffy brush because I used to have like a contour brush that I used all the time. It was just a lot harsher versus this is just really soft. Oh, so something that I wanted to talk about, and my apologies if you feel like I'm talking a lot. I guess I haven't seen you from this angle before, so style. And she just like made a comment which I really resonated with, about how right now we are so emphasizing skincare, which I do love. I am a skincare lover. I was gonna say a different word that we're not gonna say. And I'm definitely like, the field of dermatology I find super interesting, and I just love taking care of my skin and treating her right. Anti-aging, like anti-wrinkle things, but I'm like, plastic surgery versus wrinkles. I love like British actresses for the reason that so many of them, it's just less common for them to get plastic surgery, so I just love seeing actresses like that who have wrinkles and have just aged, and like aged so well and gracefully. I don't have anything against plastic surgery, it's just a personal preference, and it's nice to see both types of women, both types of beauty represented, because usually the narrative can be very one-sided. Anyway, Etta was talking about, or Etta Fox was talking about how we all love natural makeup and skincare, but then for girls who don't have naturally good skin or just acne prone and things like that, how it's just really hard to do this natural looking light makeup when your skin is breaking out and you just have acne, and especially if that like acne affects your self-confidence. It's just hard to like fit into the mold of what sometimes the current trends are. I know for sure when my breakout was really bad, we're going back into this palette for the highlight, when I was breaking out super bad, I was really grateful for masks actually in that moment. I think at like one point I definitely had maskne and it was making it worse, but I really emphasized getting like a new mask every day. But anyway, I was grateful for masks because when I went out in public with like random people I didn't know and people could see me, I just didn't have to feel concerned about all the acne and breakouts that were going on, because like it was honestly some of the worst acne I've ever had in like since grade school. It was really bad for me, and when I was around like family and friends it was fine because I was like, they know me, they love me, like they aren't gonna be mean to me about it. But when I was just going out in public, having that like security layer of a mask and knowing that no one else could see it was just really nice, and definitely made me feel way less insecure. It definitely got hard though, because that was when I was at home, so I wasn't as much with like my main as much as my friends, so I wasn't really going out yet because I was coming back to school. And then I came back to school and my friends were like, let's go out. I was like, yes, but I wanted to do my makeup because I put effort into like this outfit and I wanted to look good and feel good, and it was so frustrating to try to cover up these breakouts because skincare me knew that like putting loads of makeup on it to cover them up was just terrible for my skin. But at the same time I was like, I want to go out and I don't want to have all these red spots. And also when you have a raised pimple, there is no way to cover it up. I mean, you'll cover it up so it's not like discolored, except you can still, everyone like can see the rays, and it's just really frustrating. And I remember when I like went out that night, I did my makeup and then I completely took it all off and redid it again, so like I was late and I felt bad, but I was also just like, I don't feel good. I loved my outfit, but I was just really upset with my skin, and we were going to an event and I knew people were going to see my full face and like I was going to take off my mask. So lash line, so it's slightly purple. It's just very faint. This would probably be better on like my upper lash line. I just don't think eyeliners stick that well to my lower lash line because I feel like I have really wet eyes. I know that sounds very odd. I get teary-eyed really easily. Like, I'm not emotionally going to cry, but my eyes just sometimes water. So I don't feel like putting eyeliner on my lower lash line is natural, if that makes sense. Okay. So since we are wearing wild eyeliner, I really want my lashes to stick out. So that involves a couple steps. First, I'm gonna take this Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On eyeliner, and I'm gonna put it in my upper lash line to just darken it and make it look fuller. I'm not a big false lash person. I think they look really good. I just don't own any. Well, ironically, I bought some for this. And then I had two techniques. So I'm going to show you the technique that I did. And then if I decided that my eyelashes weren't bold enough, I was going to put on the falsies. But I decided with the technique that I'm showing you now, they looked good and I was satisfied. So no falsies for me. I have one pair by Glamnetic, so they're those like magnetic falsies, and I do like them. I would consider getting another style because I want them. The ones I have, I just would like them to be like a bit more natural, or I could possibly cut them. I just feel bad cutting them because they're quite expensive because they're like advertised as reusable. So the lash itself was like $30, and it was kind of like a treat myself moment. But I just need to like practice wearing them more and see how they look best on me. But right now we're gonna go in with the L'Oreal Voluminous Base Primer. So I put on eyeliner, curled, and now I'm going to prime to just really lengthen and separate. For my everyday makeup, I do not like spider legs, but when I am doing a very wild, colorful eyeshadow, I embrace the spider legs, if that is what the look calls for. And I have pretty long eyelashes in my humble opinion. They just could be a bit denser. So that is where the mascara. Sorry if you hear any cars on the street, I'm probably gonna edit most of it out. But this is my Milk Makeup mascara. It's the Kush mascara. This component is really, really heavy. So if you want a mascara that can double as a weapon, this is your gal. I got this just because it's clean makeup, and it said it was for volume, which is, you know, what every girl wants in her mascara. But I know that a lot of people like buying like high-end makeup because like it has weight to it. But like if you threw this at someone, it would hurt them. So I'm just debating if that is a bit too much weight. is the Urban Decay Perversion, and I just have a little like sample size tube of it. I'm truly curious what mascara I like better, so this has turned into a product comparison. I'm so sorry if that is not the original content you signed up for, but here we are. Okay, honestly, this one's like volume and lengthwise, I'd say they're pretty much the same. I think I like the Perversion mascara slightly better because it's not as clumpy, but I'm not like super picky. Okay, and then I'm using yet another mascara, the Clinique High Impact, and this is again just a sample size, and I'm using this match the amount of effort you put everywhere else. But I don't want to steal the show because I want it focused on my eyes. So I think that is everything. On the day of, I did use my Milani Make It Last setting spray, but the only place I'm going to right now is bed. So I don't need to make it last, unfortunately. The setting spray does have alcohol, but since I have oily skin, I don't mind using it because otherwise my makeup just can melt off, especially in the summer. But definitely if you have like dry skin, I do not recommend a setting spray with alcohol. Just giving you all the angles so you can see the highlight. It looks really good. It looks better than it does on camera. I'm slightly sad you can't see it. I'll just mist you with the setting spray for funsies. There you go. You are glamorous looking right now. You're ready to go out. So, thank you so much for joining